My dudes, what's happening, man? It's Trent, and guess what? No art video this week. No, I'm sorry, but guess what? I got something that's still pretty cool. It's been requested by many people in the comments, so I wanted to do a art studio tour. I kicked the dog out of his room, I'm taking over, and I made it my own personal space. Art Studio Tour 2019, let's do it. So we've got kind of living room space over here where I can chill and play my PlayStation 3. Yes, that's right. I've been on a bit of a PlayStation 3 kick lately where I've been collecting old PS3 games and playing like Splinter Cell and Rage and some of these classics that are really cool. It was an awesome era for games. Got my Xbox One set up, so I'm still rocking the Halo. A chill out zone with a PlayStation 3 is essential for any artist studio. So this is where I've got all of my top secret scheduling. This is kind of how I organize my team and projects. I flipped some of the cards because we're working on some top secret stuff that I shouldn't even be talking about it. In fact, you know what this is. This is the 5-year anniversary, This is for 5 years of meritorious service with Blizzard Entertainment. It's got my name on there. So you know, yeah, I did that. That was something I did. I was actually there for 6 years, but they don't give you nothing for being like 6. Favorite pieces from the master illustrator, Yoji Shinkawa. I suppose he does some character design too. This is Spike Spiegel, he's my hero. And these things are pretty cool. I think they're made for shoes or files, but I use them for storage. I keep my hard drives and old broken Wacom's in there. That's where I keep my broken Wacoms. Look at this little guy, look at this little guy. That's for chilling on the couch with my MacBook whilst watching a movie or something like that. Lately I've been watching Orville and, oh, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The whole thing, baby, back to back. You know, Thor 1 was, yeah. And over here we got a couple of books and, oh, what is that? Oh, what does that say? Oh, 100,000 subscribers, man. Not too bad, Trinkanuga, but it's not real though. You can tell it's fake. Yeah, they pass those out if you get 125 stars at Starbucks, I think. And what's that? Oh my God, you're a Twilight Monk fan? Oh, well, hey, check that out. This is the shameless plug portion of the video. Hey there, do you like Kung Fu? Do you like dragons and mystical ninja shenanigans? Oh, shit. The World of Twilight Monk is a 8.5 by 11, 88-page art book collection with all kinds of cool maps and backstory for characters for the universe of Twilight Monk. You can get that in the super cheap digital format or the print edition by following the links below the video. This, of course, you know what that is if you follow my channel. That's my first comic. Check that out. 1994. This was one of the first copies, and this book was super weird for its time. You know why? Because all the pink and blues. Nobody else was doing that. That was Jam did that. No, yeah, Jamie Hood did the colors on that, and that really stood out on the shelf. Well, people say don't judge a book by its cover, but they do. They do. No matter how many times I say it, they still do. My bookshelf. These are the ones that I have up right now. This is the stuff that I tend to try to stay minimalist, so I put everything else away, and then I just keep like 3 books in rotation. And if I get bored of something, if I get bored of the books that I've got, I go through my old book collection, and if it doesn't fit on the shelf here, I don't leave it out. That way I avoid a lot of clutter. You'll notice my space is fairly tidy. All right, let's move on. This is obviously the 2 Warcraft games that I worked on. The Burning Crusade, signed by the development team and a lot of my old pals, buddies that I worked on that game with. Down here we got our flat file. This is where I just store all of my old sketches and stuff. You can see some of my workshop drawings. There's some drawings from last year on paper and some of my first acrylic drawings from like 2004 or something like that. That's what happens when you've been drawing for like 100 years. You just accumulate piles and piles of old art. Well, you know, I've been drawing since before the pixel was invented. That's my Jimmy Stewart. What's an internet? What's an internet? This is my art collection. So it's an ottoman, so it's nice when somebody wants to come in and just chill, and like sit you know? It's nice and cozy. I think I got this at IKEA also. And it's basically, this is my backup books. These are some of the books that I just don't want to leave laying out, but it's kind of like Christmas. Every time I go through here, if I get bored and I'm like, well, I'm kind of burned out on Mignola stuff right now, so I'll dig in, maybe dig up a Terada book. This one's really fantastic. Someday I'm going to do a video just digging through all of my favorite art books and going through my flat files and stuff.
Moving along, what do we got here? That's my Teemo hat. They give you that when you get hired at Riot Games. I worked there for a little while on League of Legends, and they make you run around and do like a scavenger hunt wearing this ridiculous, silly little hat. That's the official Riot Games hat. That's the official Aquatic Moon hat. I make people wear that when they come over, and then I quiz them. All right, enough dessert. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the office tour.
So over here you can see my work setup. It's pretty rad. It's basically, this table is on a little motor. So if I want to do like a standing day or something like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Really good for the spine. Sitting too much, not good for the spine, turns out. But standing, super good for the spine. I've got this little awesome, like a cushiony memory foam rug underneath. Really nice on the feet, especially since I got these wood floors. Sometimes when you're walking around for hours and hours, it starts to hurt the toes.
Basically, I custom built this desk from something from Ashley Furniture and IKEA. And this video is not sponsored by IKEA, but I buy a lot of stuff there.
But this setup works really nice. I got like basically the dual monitor system, so I can watch YouTube videos or reference imagery over on my left side, and then I work on my Photoshop on my right side. And on a Wacom Intuos Pro. But sometimes I'll use the XP Pen, and they're currently sending me a XP Pen Pro, so I'm really eager to check that out. This is my Blue Yeti microphone. Sorry, the audio on this is kind of bad. I'm using the camera that I've got.
So that's why some of the audio sounds like it's being recorded on a Game Boy Advance and played back through a tube.
This is pretty cool. I got this at IKEA. Really nice for organizing your stuff, like pens and things like that. I've got my herbs, my Chinese herbs. Anyway, I got all my drawing supplies. These are specifically great for, like, I just grab and go. When I need to do some drawing on paper, I grab this and I grab a sketch pad that I've got laying in my flat file. And this has got all of my brush pens, my sushi erasers, little scratch paper for testing brushes, my Kuretake pens, my Copic markers.
Got all these little containers from a little shop called Daiso here in Southern California. It's basically a Japanese trinkets and like supply store. Everything's super cheap. These things are like $2.50 each. And I end up buying a bunch of them with no idea what the heck I'm going to put in them, but I always find something.
But this is nice because I can wheel that over to the couch if I wanted to draw on the couch. It's a pretty cool setup. Of course, got my lamps. Yeah, that's how I want to end the video. Lamps. So yeah, dudes, that's my office tour for 2019. Just kind of wanted you guys to see what my workspace is like. I do want to do some future videos where I do a little bit more of a deep dive into my flat file and dig through some of my art books and things like that. But in the meantime, I think this one's run on kind of long enough. Anyways, dudes, I will catch you all manyandaman, and ciao, baby.